Today is December the 31st. We are in Kingsland, Georgia. I've had some time to think about this video and what I want to say, and while I don't have my thoughts organized or put down on paper, I have decided that I'm just going to go for it, just kind of speak extemporaneously and share what's on my mind. I've spent the last 6 months of my life trying to figure out what I'm trying to do with my life. I'm at the age where I shouldn't have had to worry about this, but here I am just killing it. Emotionally, I'm feeling a lot better than I was when I stopped posting. I was just extremely overwhelmed with things that were happening in my life. Didn't know how I was going to handle it. I still don't know how I'm going to handle it, but I am feeling a little bit better about some decisions I'm making in my life. Having said that, I felt that it was time that I start getting back into posting content again for 2025. It's not like it's a New Year's resolution. I don't do that kind of stuff, but like for instance, with my work, I always try to improve on what I did last year. And I had some good numbers for work this year, and my goal will be to improve on that for next year. This year I'm going to do something a little different. I want to put out content that's a little bit differently. For one thing, the things that I've been doing transportery-ish wise have changed. I'm sorry, is there something you would like to say to everyone? My gosh. Goodness, what? Do you mind? Yeah, some things never change, do they, sister? Stop. She's still my mouth mouse. Now I gotta rewind and find out what I was saying before I was so rudely interrupted. One moment, please. They've changed in the sense that I have different equipment that I'm using, and I do things differently on a day-to-day basis than I used to. Some things are still the same. Other things have changed. And I hadn't been putting out content or reporting anything about it because I didn't know. I was just focusing on one thing at a time. I wasn't trying to put out content because I'm like, man, I just need to try to figure out this job. I mean, I'm doing new things, I'm doing different things, and so I just was focusing on the job. And after about 6 months, I have realized that I'm kind of into the groove, and I'm at a place where I feel like I can go ahead and put out content. And also, in the past, my goal was always to put out content that was kind of light and fluffy. And after what I've been through in the last 6 months, I have realized that life is not all light and fluffy, and that sometimes it's okay to put out content that isn't light and fluffy. I've had several people that have talked to me about how they appreciate when I was able to share some of the difficulties that I was having because they've learned from it. And I thought, okay. I mean, I guess I can see that as something that I can do that's helpful. Also, I've had quite lengthy conversations with C. Farmer, and he said he was talking to lady transporters that wish there were more women who put out content because it would be helpful for them. And I thought I could do that. I could put out content that could help female transporters. Not that I'm going to get real girly and real personal, because I'm not a girly personal kind of person, but there are things that as a female we probably do different in the industry than men, and I will share some of that. The other thing that I'm going to do and that I'm going to share is I'm going to share the good, the bad, and the ugly. Which means sometimes I'm going to do a shout out to people who have helped me, but I'm also going to talk about people who have affected me negatively. Now, I'm not going to name names because I don't want to drag anybody through the mud, but I'm also not going to name names and put people up on a pedestal. But for those of you that I will be talking about and you watch this, you'll know who you are, right? So for 2025, I'm getting ready to share some things that have happened in my life over the past couple of years. I have been documenting those things and keeping them on video, but I haven't put out the content because I wasn't sure if I wanted to do like one big episode or do little snippets at a time. And I think I'm going to do little snippets at a time. I will probably be prefacing those little snippets with a little bit more explanation as to what was going down at the time that I was filming that. We shall see how it's going to go. My goal is to do this for a year, to just kind of catch up on what I've been doing for the last few years that I haven't posted about until now. And I thought, you know what, now is a good time to bring it out and let's talk about the good, the bad, and the ugly. And yes, 2024 is almost at an end, and so I'm gonna put this post out so that probably everybody will see it on 2025, and I hope that I'm entertaining, but I mean, I'm not trying to people please. I'm just trying to just kind of put things out there, just because I feel it's time. I feel it's time to talk about it, and that's good. That's what's getting ready to happen for this next year coming up. I hope I don't upset my regular followers too much to the point where they're like, I can't watch this, but I gotta put I just feel I want to put the content out there. I just want to lay it all out so everybody knows what's going on, because there's a lot of things I haven't talked about, and I'm ready to talk about them. And I'm not going to overwhelm everybody by dumping a 2-hour video. I'll do it in little snippets, but that's my goal, is to just kind of come clean about a few things, and we'll see. We'll see how it goes. We'll see where it goes, and it's going to be a learning process for me because I'm not exactly sure how I want to tackle everything, but we'll do it one little episode at a time. Having had said all of that, I'm going to say goodnight to everybody because I'm tired. And for 2025, this face, I'm already working on it, but this face has a new attitude.